Here you can see analyzing current trends. That would be analyzing a current trend. Analyzing paid advertisements, we just did that as well. We went to Google and saw that there was no paid advertisements. So let's do another example. If I go back to CB Engine, the home page, and let's click on CB Affiliate Insider. And then if we just look down at, another one, let's say beereasy.com. That sounds pretty cool, right? Well, the momentum, it's kind of low, and but you might think there could be a lot of people. The only reason the momentum is low is because people are not actively marketing this to lists and affiliate programs and things like that. So just the fact that the momentum's low, you still might have some potential, and I'll show you why in a moment. So let's say Beer Easy, home brewing. So let's copy home brewing, and if I go back to Google and type in let's say home brewing and hit Google search, see all these ads on the right that says sponsored links? That right there means that there's a lot of activity going on, because people would not be paying to be in these spots if they were not making money. So when you actually see a lot of ads showing up here, when you go back and you see the momentum is low, that is still great, because that means that there is money to be made and you can actually bid to be in those spots. Now if you go back and if you see a lot of ads here on Google, that means that it can sometimes be a higher CPC, which means cost per click, that you'll be paying. And if you just don't want to really spend much money up front, you definitely want to go back to places like CB Engine, start pulling keywords off of these like CB Ad Rotator. When you saw that there was only one person advertising in that spot, that means you could dominate that keyword CB Ad Rotator, and you could show up for pennies on a dollar for people clicking, and then when they buy your product, you're going to be making $21. So how do you really set up your website? Well, we'll get into that in just a moment. But I just want you to understand how to analyze paid advertisements and then document all these trends that have potential. So when you see that people are doing well, they're promoting the heck. If you see the high momentum here, people are getting a ton of emails probably about this. So you definitely want to put that at the top of your list that has potential. And you can just scroll down and look at all these other things that might have momentum. And let me just kind of go down a bit more, and you can see trading index or addicts, the gamblers report, things about gambling, explosive dojo success system. So you can just try putting in all kinds of stuff like SEO software. That's kind of cool. So SEO software, you could copy that and go back to Google, put in SEO software, and see how that's doing. And you can also leverage Google Trends, which again, if you type in trends and go to Google Trends, you could type in like SEO software and then look to see what the trends are. And you can see this, trend is that up and down all the time. So that's not a bad thing, because it's not, it's not decreasing like mad. But you can see SEO software wasn't even really, the term wasn't invented in 2004. And then all of a sudden this happened. So it's really cool to look at trends that way. And some things, when you get to stuff like CB Ad Rotator, there's probably not going to be any trends at all, because that's a product name. But if you just go to you could type in all kinds of other things to see what kind of trends are out there. So that is how you need to analyze everything, and it's good to get a handful of products that look like they're going to have potential, and trends that have potential where there's very few paid advertisements, because it's going to make your life very simple to set up, because you're not going to be spending any money up front or very little money up front to get things going, and you're going to make a huge return on your investment. Because again, if you're paying like a nickel, let's say, per click, and let's just pull up a calculator here. I always like to do things with a calculator just to kind of put in reality. So if we go to ClickBank or CB Engine and look, you're going to earn $21.24 for every product sold. Let's say it's a nickel, per click, which is very realistic whenever there's only one product on the board on Google. And let's say it takes 50 people. It's going to cost you $2.50. Let's say it takes 100 people, which, that's with a product that's really targeted like that. People are looking on Google, they're probably looking to buy it if they're typing in the actual product name. So if it takes 100 people at a nickel, that's going to be $5. And what? It's 20. You're going to earn 21.24. So you take 21.24 minus $5, you're going to have a $16 profit. So you could advertise the crap out of that. You could be up at the top of Google on that term, or on many other terms also, and you're going to constantly be making a profit. And you add that up, and if you focus on getting 10 sales a day at $16, that's like $160. So it's really cool on how fast the money adds up. And that's all there is to step one with analyzing. So the next thing we're going to do is actually show you a demonstration on how to get everything set up. For step two with setting up, it's very easy. The first thing that you want to make sure you have is a ClickBank account. So if you don't have that already, simply go to clickbank.com and then you can sign up from there. Just to show you how that works, if we go to Google and just type in ClickBank, you can click on the very first thing that comes up. And then if you scroll down, you can see where you can sign up to become an affiliate. That's what you're going to want to do. So you're going to set up the affiliate. You just hit sign up now, and then you go through the sign up process of actually getting set up. And you can be in any country. You don't have to just be in the United States. So this can actually be done anywhere in the world, which is incredible. So that is all you need for your ClickBank account. For an AdWords account, same thing. You just want to get set up with AdWords if you haven't done so already. And to do that, you can just go to Google and then type in AdWords. Very first thing that you see here, you just click on welcome to AdWords and then follow that and get set up with an AdWords account, and that's free as well. So very fun, very simple. And the next thing is to set up your list of offers. Now this kind of goes back to analyzing. If I drop down analyzing again, you can see you had to document the trends with potential. So setting up your list of offers is actually deciding on the final list of which offers that you're going to promote. And if you, again, remember, just go to that cbengine.com and then you can go through and pick out your offers from here. And if you don't really see anything that you like on that insiders list, don't worry, because you can always go back to the home page and then you can look at brand new products. You can look at all kinds of different stuff that they have. And if I actually pull the right hand side into view, you can actually see you could choose categories as well, and then you can go through and look at categories. So let's say you want to do something that's health and fitness, and you want to do something related to dieting, and you want something that pays more than let's say 0%, or let's say 50%, or you want something that pays more than $20, then you simply hit search, and then it will show you, there's 180 results that meet that criteria, and these are all kinds of fitness products. So you can see it's very cool to go through all this, and you can spend a nice amount of time actually looking at trends with potential and putting your list of offers together. But start with a couple. Just don't start with one, because that way you can you're spreading out your marbles, I always like to say, and you can make more money that way. And then last is to set up your domain name. Setting up your domain name is super, super, super simple. Again, if you, let's try to go through my tabs here. If you go back to, let's say we go back to